Hello friends, welcome to Developers Tube channel. My name is Ismail Saudagar, and today in this video we'll discuss solid principles in C Sharp. So let's go to our topic. So today we are going to discuss introduction to solid principles. And for understanding solid principles, you should have knowledge of classes, methods, and interfaces. If you don't have knowledge of these things, then I have already created the videos. You can go to my videos and can watch these topics. So what happens generally when a developer creates an application, there are some mistakes happens or the design of the application is very tight. So because of this, when after a few years or after some time when new changes comes on like enhancement, then at that time when we make changes in the application, so it becomes very difficult for maintaining. Developers build application with good and tidy design using their knowledge and experience. But over time, applications may develop bugs. The application design must be altered for every change request or new feature request. After some time, we may need to put in a lot of effort, even for simple tasks, and it may require a full working knowledge of the entire system. But we can't blame change or new feature requests. They are part of software development. We can't stop them or refuse them either. So who is the culprit here? It is the design of the application. Solid principles are the rules which should be followed for avoiding maintenance issues in the software application. By following solid principles, we can make a good quality software application. Solid principles were introduced by Robert C. Martin in 2000. Solid stands for single responsibility principle, open close principle, Liskov substitution principle, interface segregation principle, dependency inversion principle. Now we'll discuss each of these in detail. Single responsibility principle. What is it? Single responsibility means a class should have only one responsibility or functionality. In other words, it should change only for one reason. It is saying that the class should have one functionality, and it means that a class should be created for a particular functionality and multiple functionality related code should not be there, because if this happens, then the usage of the class in the application will become very much, and because of this, if any change comes to the existing class, then at many places the change will be required, which is very tedious. I'm giving here example of send a class which is used for sending an email. So here one functionality does not mean one method in a class. A class can have multiple methods, and the class can follow single responsibility principle, and it can have many methods, but the methods will be related to that particular functionality for which the class has been created. In figure here, you can see that I'm having one class send email notification, and in this email notification class, I'm having get email address and send notification. These are the two methods. So this send email notification class is used for only sending the email notifications. Any other responsibility like calculate the marks of the students or get the grade, etc., is not much here. So this class is following single responsibility principle as it is having only one functionality. Another one is open close principle. Open close principle says that the class should be closed for modification but open for extension. It means that once the class is created, it should not be modified again and again. Instead of this, we should inherit a new class from the existing class and add the required code in it. So open close principle is saying that suppose I'm having a class A and I have added all the functionality related code in it, and the class is tested, and the class is working fine in the application. So suppose in future new changes comes, and the changes are related to class A and we need to add here. So open close principle says that the class should not be modified. Instead of this, what we can do, we can inherit a new class from this class A. So this B class will have all the functionalities of A in it, and a new code we can add here, new functionality we can add here. So because this is already tested and working fine, so there is no need of again and again testing it again, because any changes into the code can introduce new bugs or errors in the application. So instead of that, we should create a new class from the existing one, add the new functionalities into that derived class. Another one is Liskov substitution principle. It says that parent class object can be replaced by a child class object without bringing any errors in the system or modifying the behavior of the base class. If A is the parent of class B, then object of A can be replaced by object of class B. So here you can see in the example, I'm having object of class A, obj, and according to Liskov substitution principle, it is saying that a class A object can be replaced by a class B object if B is the child class of class A. So here I'm creating B object, B obj of B class, and then according to Liskov substitution principle, this variable A obj of class A, I'm replacing it with with object of B class. So it should be valid. It is saying that, and there should not be any change of the behavior of the class A, obj. The behavior should be same, and we are able to replace the A obj, that is the parent class object, with the child class object. Another one is interface segregation principle. Segregation means creating the separate interfaces. So what it says, it is saying that interfaces should be segregated. The interface segregation principle states that clients should not be forced to implement interfaces that they don't use. If suppose I am having a class and I'm implementing one interface into the class, and the class is having the interface is having three methods, and the class requires only one method. So in that case, unnecessarily the class is responsible for implementing all the methods. So this is against interface segregation principle. In the figure here, you can see that I'm having iWorker interface, and this iWorker interface contains three methods: eat, sleep, and work. So these three methods are declared here, and you can see that I'm having one class human worker who is implementing iWorker interface. So here human worker class is means adding the business logic to work and eat and sleep, because human can work, eat, and sleep. So these three methods are consumable, means are okay with human worker class of this iWorker interface. But suppose I am having robot worker class and it is implementing iWorker. So in that case, the robot worker class responsibility is that it will give implementation to all these method of iWorker. But we know that robots can work, but they cannot eat and they cannot sleep. So these two methods is unnecessarily here robot worker is forced to implement this eat and sleep. So this should not be applicable to robot worker. So here it is against the interface segregation principle. So instead of that, what we can do is we can create separate interfaces. So here in this figure, you can see that I have created one interface. Name of the interface is iEatable, and this contains eat method here declared. Another interface I'm having here is iSleepable, and it contains sleep method. And here another interface I'm having iWorkable, and it contains work method. So I have segregated this iWorker interface into these three interfaces. So what is the advantage of this here? Here the human worker class will implement iWorkable, iEatable, and iSleepable, because all the three methods are required by human worker, and it will give implementation to those three methods: work, eat, sleep. So it is correct here. And in robot worker class, when robot worker is implementing iWorkable, so in this case, because robot requires only work method implementation and it does not require sleep and eat, so here we are not forcing robot worker to implement these eat method and sleep method, because we have segregated these methods into separate two interfaces. So here only robot worker is giving implementation to work method. So it is according to interface segregation principle. Another one is dependency inversion principle. It says that high level module should not depend on low level class or module. Both should depend on abstraction. High level class or module means a class which require object of another class for performing its functionality or its operation. Low level class or module means it is the class whose object is required by the high level module or class. Okay, and abstraction can be achieved by using interfaces. So when we want to add abstraction in our class or in our application, interfaces are used for providing abstraction. Now here in the figure, you can see that I am having one class action and it is not following here inversion of control. So this is the high level class and it is having one send notification method. So send notification method requires this method will send the notification, email notification. So here in send notification class, I am creating object of email notification because this for sending notification we require email notification class. So I am creating object of it. So this high level class action is depend on low level class here, low level module. So here they are directly depend on this class. And by using obj.send, I'm calling the send method of email notification and I'm sending a notification. Now this is the definition of email notification class here. So it contains send method and here is the business logic for it. So I'm consuming this class object here into action class. So this is the high level class and this is the low level class. Now according to inversion of control, it is saying that both should depend on abstraction. Abstraction means interfaces. We can achieve abstraction by using interface. So here I'm creating isend notification one interface and this interface contains the declaration for send method. Now I am implementing isend notification into email notification class and by implementing this I am giving method definition. I'm implementing isend notification into email notification class and writing the business logic. So it will provide an advantage means by using the interface we can achieve inversion of control. Now now here you can see that this is my action class after applying inversion of control principle. Here instead of taking the here I am taking the variable of send notification interface, I send notification interface. Here I am taking the variable underscore send notification. So high level module is depend on abstraction means this underscore send notification variable of this I send notification interface. And and here you can see that I am having constructor and in this constructor I am having one parameter send notification obj of I send notification. So here by using dependency injection means this object will be injected here and I am assigning this object send notification obj to this variable of I send notification interface here. This dot underscore send notification is equal to send notification. So this is pointing to send notification object and this send notification is object of our email notification class which is sent by using the constructor injection here. And I'm using in the send notification method, I'm calling send underscore send notification dot send. So here I have applied inversion of control principle. I have removed this new keyword or directly creating the object from this action class and my higher module is depend on abstraction that is variable of interface here and also here in this variable I am getting the object of send email notification class and I am calling the send method. So this is how we can apply inversion of control principle. So this is about this is all about dependency this is all about design principles in C#. Today we have covered solid design principles in C#. Our next topic will be very important topic, so please watch my videos, upcoming videos, and you can find playlist link in the description of this video. And at the last, I want to say thank you and please like, share and subscribe to my channel.